All right, welcome back. Review 5 continued. So we know that the parentheses aren't going to go here. That's what we learned in the last video because that's going to be 13 times 14, which is a big number, more than 100 at least. And that minus 9 will never get us to 37. So we can rule that one out. Let's go to the next one here. If we did 6 times 14 first, well, that can't be it either, right? Because when we tried it the first time without any parentheses, we know that we multiplied first. So this is effectively saying the same thing as what we already did. And we know that that answer wasn't 37. So that's not where my parentheses will go. So they must go here, but let's just make sure by solving it. This is PEMDAS is telling me parentheses first. So I do 14 minus 9 first, and I rewrite it just like this. 7 plus 6 times 14 minus 9 is 5. Okay, now I'm going to do my multiplication, which is 6 times 5. So it'll be, that's 30. So it'll look like 7 plus 30. And look at that. 7 plus 30 is 37. So that's the only place I could put my parentheses and make this one true. Let's look at the last one. Number 6 here. This one's got some data, you got some charts, you got a word problem. We're kind of putting it all together here. And it says the table shows the cost for daycare for Lucy's dog. This week, her dog went to 3 full days of daycare and 2 half days of daycare. Write an expression for the total cost of this week's daycare, then evaluate the expression to find the total cost. So we're not going to evaluate it, but we are going to write it because I think writing it is the part that we really want to learn here today. So and this week. So let's just write the expression. Well, she goes to the dog care 3 full days. For each day that she goes is $28. I know that. She goes 3 times. That's kind of telling me 3 times means I'm going to multiply it by 3 times 3. So that's 28 times 3. That's going to give me the full day costs for 3 days. She goes to 2, the dog goes to 2 half days. And half days are 15. She does it twice. So 15 times 2. Okay, how are we going to put all this together into an expression? And then how much is the total cost? First, I want to know how much does it cost for a full days? I went 3 times. We know that that's 28 times 3. 3 times $28. Parentheses are going to be your friend when comes to algebra and organizing your thoughts. So I would use them anytime you can. It'll help you figure out what to do first and just gives a clear picture of what you're trying to accomplish. Half days, $15. We did it twice. So that is 15 times 2. How do I find the total amount of what she spent? Well, I need to add together what she spent on full days plus what she spent on half days. I don't want to multiply these two together. That's going to give me a very big number. And I can kind of estimate and know that it's not going to be a huge number. So I do want to go ahead and add those two together to find out. Now, could you do this differently? If you weren't thinking multiplication, you could write this. This would be 28 plus 28. We could just do repeated addition. Plus 28 plus 15 twice. 15 plus 15. You could do this. And that would be acceptable. You actually don't need any parentheses or anything because you're going to just add from left to right and finish it off. But if I'm looking at this as someone who doesn't know what the problem is about, this is more complicated to think about and read. Even adding parentheses to this helps separate what I'm talking about. Talking about half day costs plus full day costs. And that's really the core of algebra is setting up these expressions and kind of simplifying them into something that we can really understand and use in the end, use them universally, not just with specific numbers. So good luck on your test, and I will see you next week.